Hi, my name is Peyton Harkins. I am an instructor for bold music lessons here in Charlotte, North Carolina and the surrounding areas. Today we're going to talk about whole steps and half steps and how those apply to the musical alphabet on the guitar. This video is meant to accompany the Word document in the blog, so it's best if you have both open at the same time and you can follow along with the video and the Word document in tandem. We're just going to go through this pretty quickly because there's a lot of information in the Word document itself, and most of it is pretty self-explanatory. The couple of points I'm going to hit on that really go over almost everything here are what is a whole step and half step, what is a musical alphabet, and how do you apply that to each string. So first of all, what is the musical alphabet? The musical alphabet is the centuries-old accepted letters or language we use to create chords and melodies. The English alphabet is from A to Z. The musical alphabet is from A to G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now there are a lot more notes than that because after G we go back to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's a cycle that continues to repeat and go higher in that direction or go lower in that direction. So the musical alphabet are the letters A through G. A half step and whole step change based on what instrument you are playing. By change, I mean how you play a half step and a whole step are different, but they sound the same no matter what instrument you're on. Specifically for a guitar, a half step would be the distance between two frets that are adjacent to each other. So if I play the first fret of the sixth string, and then I play the second fret on the sixth string, I just raised the pitch by a half step. Now a whole step would be skipping a fret. If I played the first fret on the sixth string, and the third fret on the sixth string, skipping the second fret, that would be a whole step. This applies to anywhere on the guitar, on any string, starting on any fret. Half step. Whole step. I went down on that one. Half step. Went up. Whole step. I went down on that one. So I'm literally just grabbing random strings, random frets, and playing up or down one fret for a half step, up or down two frets for a whole step. Now, how does this apply to the musical alphabet? Like I talked about earlier, the musical alphabet is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And if we are looking at on the page, the musical alphabet section, there are naturally occurring whole steps and half steps in the musical alphabet, meaning from A to B will always be a whole step. From B to C will always be a half step. From C to D will always be a whole step. Now, knowing the pattern of whole steps and half steps in the musical alphabet and what a whole step and half step is, you can apply the musical alphabet to the guitar strings themselves. So we are going down to the next page where we see a fretboard diagram, the sixth string being the bottom one on the diagram, and the first string being the top one on the diagram. And we see the pattern of naturally occurring whole steps and half steps. So let's start on the A string, since A is the beginning of the musical alphabet, the fifth string. We know that A to B is a whole step, so we're going to skip a fret. Skip the first fret to B, that is my whole step. We know B to C is a half step. C to D is a whole step. D to E is a whole step. E to F is a half step. F to G is a whole step. And completing the octave, or finally arriving back at A, since we started at A, G to A is a whole step. A little quicker. A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, E to F, F to G, G to A. Now you can do this on every single string. The sixth string, the fifth string, the fourth string, the third string, the second string, the first string. What happens to the frets in between? Those are our flats and sharps. Those are for a later lesson. For now, the most important part is you understand and practice the fundamentals of memorizing the musical alphabet, A through G, memorizing the naturally occurring half steps and whole steps, A to B whole step, B to C half step, etc., and applying that to the guitar strings, knowing the difference or distance between a half step and a whole step. Now, Now, if you see at the bottom of the second page, why is this important? Literally just reading off the page. This helps us identify the notes and the chord shapes that we're playing. My guitar is very out of tune, sorry. How to find single notes. What chord you're actually playing when you're using a capo, because you have to count up the musical alphabet to find those chords. How to play scales in different keys, finding the different starting notes using the musical alphabet, and how to play bar chords starting on different notes. This is very, very important and a very, very fundamental step that a lot of beginner and even intermediate guitarists skip over because it's boring and a little academic. But once you learn it and memorize it, lots of other things open up and down across the fretboard.